Yay, Rosa. Why is she suffering though? Silent. Black. Cold. You are cooked, streamer. Okay. Painful. Rosa regained consciousness bit by bit, and the first thing she thought was that it would have been better if she hadn't. After all, with her body this cold and hurting, the pain grew the more her consciousness returned. Wait, I forgot I wanted to read some character stuff. Oh, I guess. No, okay, Gap is here. Wait, did I read her stuff? Shyster 00, a weapon of the Sisters Calvary which serves Pendragon. 00 has the position of their calm and composed leader, however that is merely the role that was sought of her. Her true self is far more of a weakling. Wait a second. Okay, no, they all have the thigh tattoos. Double O excels in reconnaissance and as a vanguard, and has enormous power to bring the enemy under control during encounters. However, her excessive power level has been criticized as inhumane, and it is not rare for her to be lynched and abused upon surrendering on the battlefield. Her one eye tells of this without words. Gap. One of the 72 great demons, she is also Beatrice's friend. Grants the power of teleportation as the mage requested. She uses this wonderful power only for pranks. Her favorite trick is hiding keys in bags on busy mornings. However, this power of hers is an ultimate weapon that risks delivering the lethal blow to a locked room mystery. Her queen bee-like strikes would probably penetrate all famous detectives and make them surrender. I'm my favorite streamer. Hi, Ruby. Hi. You used the Hoomestuck gif! Very good. Big fan. Wait, I got pinged in something. 1 second. Okay. It felt like she'd been sleeping on ice-cold marble in the darkness, lying face down for a long time. This is why I always tell myself, even if it's just for a nap, I've got to at least grab a sofa. I know that if I naively try to close my eyes for just a second and end up sleeping on the floor or in a study chair, it'll hurt my body later and make things difficult. Since I slept on such a cold and hard floor, even my bones are ice cold. Since I slept on such a hard, cold floor, the half of my face pressed down against it hurts a lot. If I were to look in the mirror right now, I'm sure I'd see an embarrassing mark. I didn't think that just rubbing it would make that mark disappear, but I stroked the hurt inside of my face anyway, trying to smooth it over. I wonder where this is. I thought it was pitch black, but it looks like it isn't. After all, I can faintly see my own body. Without a doubt, there was some sort of light. But even if I looked up at the ceiling or else the sky, there was only an expanse of blackness, and I couldn't see a proper light. My body alone was slightly lit, whereas everything else was sunk in darkness. That's what this world was like. It was almost as though Rosa alone had been abandoned in a forgotten world. As her mind grew clearer, she started getting nervous about why she was all alone in a lonely place like this. When she was about to call out, asking if anyone was there, she heard the patter-patter of footsteps coming towards her. They were light footsteps, so she thought it was probably a kid. She didn't sense anything disturbing, so she wasn't afraid. But they also weren't Maria's footsteps. So wondering who in the world would be in the darkness like this, she stared at the direction the footsteps were coming from. As she did, a faint approaching silhouette came into view. Yeah! Oh my gosh! Rosa's gonna meet Uri! Wait, that's not his name. It looked like a child much younger than Maria. Who is it? I don't know this kid. But the expression on his face was like a lost child separated from his parents. As a parent with a daughter herself, Rosa felt as though her chest had been torn apart. Oreo. The instant the kid muttered that infantile word, She felt pain in half of her face that had started hurting from the cold floor, as though it had been pierced by long, thin, hard needles. Without thinking, she pressed her hand against the side of her face. Are you alright? Does it still hurt? Thanks. I'm fine, little guy. Where are we? It's really cold. Come this way. You mustn't stay here. The child took my other hand and pulled with a grim expression on his face. Rosa didn't have a clue what was going on. However, a single honest expression on a child can often tell the truth better than 100 words from an adult. She didn't know the situation, but even so, she dashed along with him, still being pulled. But this was a world where nothing could be seen in the darkness except for their own forms. It didn't even really feel like she was moving forwards. Even though she was running, she couldn't even feel any wind. It was as though she was still inside a nightmare, the kind of unreal sensation. So even though I ran, I couldn't maintain my sense of balance, and my legs got tangled as I fell. Even in a world that didn't feel real, the pain of smashing my face against the cold, hard floor was reality itself. Oreo, are you okay? I'm sorry. My head hurts. When the kid said that infantile word Uryu, pain like being stuck with needles ran through my head again. Even though it had only happened twice, I was somehow able to understand that the child's word was the cause of my pain. So I said so frankly, I'm sorry. Could you stop saying Uryu? Uryu? Wait a second, did I tell you to stop? Sorry. I had the feeling that this child's apology caused a sharp pain in my forehead this time. What is this child? I know there is no malice in him, but when I'm around this child, my head hurts. Are you okay? Let's go, quickly. You mustn't stay here. Why shouldn't I be here? Hey, where is this? Who are you? Where is your mama? The one who made me is you, Mama. Huh? The child stared at me with round eyes. This kid's mama is me. Who? Who is this kid? I don't remember at all. Did you forget about me? You made me, right? Wait a second. Stop kidding around. Maria is my only child. That's right. Where is Maria? Where is she? Maria! I suddenly grew nervous about Maria not being there. Why am I all alone in a place like this? Where is Maria? I'm only able to be me because Maria's there for me. Wait. I'm only able to be me because Maria's there for me. Screenshot. Maria's not here, but she's not Maria now. It's better for you if you don't meet with her now. That's better for your sake, and Maria's as well. For Maria's sake as well. Escape. Huh? What are you saying? Where is Maria? Maria! Answer me! Maria's gonna find you. Come this way, quickly, Mama. The child pulled on my hand again. He was probably pulling me in the opposite direction from Maria, so I stopped walking. Let go! Just who are you? What gives you the right to call me Mama? Mama is the one who made me. Did you forget? For Maria's birthday present. You made me with your own hands. Did you forget? You couldn't be Maria's Sakutaro. Yes, the lion stuffed animal Mama made. A fierce sharp pain struck me. It came from the palm he had grasped with his hand. When I knocked his hand away without thinking and looked at my palm, a hole the size of a thumb had opened there, and deeper red blood gushed out. It was a hole so big that I could see through to the other side.
Are you? Are you okay? Are you okay? What's wrong?
Sakutaro noticed my wound and panicked. As far as I could tell by looking at him, he couldn't understand why my hand had sustained a serious injury. But in my eyes, I felt like I'd been injured because he grabbed my hand. Regardless of whether there was malice in him, I understood that this child was something that would do harm to me, and he instantly seemed eerie. Go away! You have nothing to do with me. Sakutaro was just a disgusting, creepy stuffed animal, right? I don't know you. I am not your mama. Go away! Disappear! Slowly, the base of Sakutaro's neck was sliced in a horizontal line. It gaped open, and pitch black insides peeked out. No blood poured from it. Only an empty blackness peeked out. Then formed the insides of the gash. Cotton snow poured out, and as bits of cotton scattered, he slumped over. Then what there remained was a crumpled yellow cloth, and bits of cotton that looked like sticky, crushed cotton candy. A lion stuffed animal, without a doubt. These were the remains of the Sakutaro stuffed animal I tore apart on the day, while overcome by my emotions. The instant I realized that, a long, sharp shriek that could rupture an eardrum tore the word apart. Like a flood road broken down, or like a broken TV, Maria cried out in a high-pitched voice. Her voice, which made the ears throb, brought up two emotions in me. One was regret. Yeah, I was overcome by my emotions and went overboard. It was a mother's desire to kneel down right away, hold Maria's head, cry with her and apologize. In actual fact, I did get that right away. I held Maria's head and apologized crying. But Maria didn't stop crying. On the contrary, she rejected me, the one who had torn her closest friend apart, and pushed me away forcefully with both hands. I had been on my knees in an unnatural position, so I fell backwards easily. Maria scraped together the yellow scraps of cloth and cotton bits, buried her face in them, and cried even more. If there's a chance at all that they say that Rosa fixed him at some point, but never had the chance to give him back to Maria, Watching that, another emotion welled up. It welled up rapidly, and then it burst. After all, she refused to make up with me even though I apologized, and there was nothing else I could do right now, anyway. And it was all Maria's fault in the first place. Since she's too busy playing with stuffed animals all the time like this, she can't make any friends, and that's why people treat her like a freak. This is a perfect opportunity to give her home some instructive guidance. After all, it's not like I was pampered all the time. See, it's because she was raised like this too, and because she was just like Maria, and so she doesn't see anything wrong with it because she's stupid. Everything eventually breaks, is stolen, is destroyed by someone. Oh, and she thinks like this because of how she saw the Beatrice die when she was young, so she got confronted with reality too young, and she saw someone so happy like that Beatrice just die instantly and be robbed of her happiness, so she correlates happiness with death and destruction and sadness, and she correlates fantasy and delusion and being too innocent with bad things, not only because of her own experiences growing up as possibly also autistic, but because of the Beatrice who was sheltered herself and didn't have any friends or anything like that, and she was so entrapped in this fantasy delusion of finally seeing the outside world, and she saw her die, and whatever. Even I had lots of toys and treasures stolen, broken, mocked, and thrown away by my brothers and sister and father and mother. Oh my God. I need Klaus, Emma, and Rudolph dead this instant. And Kinso too. When I cried about that, well, I might have shed a few tears. Not once did I sob like this in trouble on my parents. Throw a tantrum, get mad, hit the floor and kick and make a racket. Even though I always wanted to, I thought I'd get in more trouble if I did, so I always held it back. It's because I held it in that I was able to become the wonderful adult I am now. At that moment, I felt something strange. The same feeling as when you use a tool recklessly and it finally breaks so that only the base is left. But I wasn't using a tool. I'd just been repeatedly hitting Maria's head with both hands, so I looked at my hands. From my wrist onwards, my head had broken off, splintered and disappeared, as though only the part of my arms had become ceramic. No, as though all of me from the wrist onwards had suddenly become ceramic and had broken and fallen. They must have gotten filled with cracks because I hit Maria too much before falling off. After all, look, Earthborn, my wrist lying, smashed by my feet. There was no pain, but the shock inside of my hands breaking off from the wrist onwards made me scream. What is this? What is this? My hands! My hands! My hands! This way, you won't be able to hit me anymore. Ignoring my confusion, Maria spoke with an icy voice, slowly moving her hands away from her head, where they had been defending against my barrage. What's happening? My hands! My hands! What did you do, Maria? What is this? What on earth is this? Behind Maria's back, a black silhouette had appeared. It was the silhouette of an adult. Who? If she used those hands for patting her daughter's head, flipping through picture books, or making warm meals, it may have been worth leaving them on. Mama hit my head more than she patted me. She never opens picture books. She doesn't even make me food. I go to buy it myself. But I mustn't go to the same store more than once. Mustn't have my face remembered. Mustn't talk to the policeman. Why? Why is that? Is it my fault? Am I not allowed to have Mama pat my head, have picture books read to me, or eat dinner with Mama? Why not? Why not? I didn't do anything wrong. It isn't my fault. It's Mama's. Mama's fault. Mama wouldn't play with me, but Sakotaro did. He even read books, watched TV, and ate meals with me. He was a much, much better friend than Mama was. I am not proud of that. But what am I supposed to do? I'm busy with work. Work, I tell you. You know that, right? It was unavoidable. There's nothing I can do. That's true enough. It was unavoidable. Unavoidable that you'd injure your daughter, tearing her heart apart and making her tears run with blood. In that case, there's no avoiding the same thing happening again. Right here, right now. Come, Maria! Enough of this excuse from a woman who calls herself a mother. Can you forgive her or not? Is she innocent or guilty? I won't forgive her. Mama's guilty. I'll make Mama meet the same fate she gave to Sakotaro. Take Mama from the seam of the neck and tear her apart so we can see the cotton inside her. Maria's eyes ominously flashed blue. In that instant, crap! Invisible, massive arms stuck their fingernails out and tightly grasped Rosa's entire body. As the bones all over her body made a sound like twigs being stepped on, they cracked readily and broke apart. Rosa had understood vaguely. The massive arms were probably her own arms from the time she'd torn Sakutaro apart. From a stuffed animal's perspective, her arms certainly would have been this massive. So she could imagine what would happen next. The sharp nails struck deep into the base of her neck as she heard the skin tearing with her own ears. Then, as the two witches watched over her, Rosa's flesh was split in two, top and bottom. When Sakutaro had been torn apart, bits of cotton had flown about like snowflakes. But in Rosa's case, something like black, thick tar came out, filthily flying all over the place. There wasn't even a trace of the red of blood. It was something black, filthy and thick. It was probably what a bloodless, tearless human kept inside their body. This is incredible! Hideous! What filthy insides! Splendidly done, Maria. Well done. This is enough for your revenge? Can you forgive your mother or not? Innocent or guilty?
I can't forgive her! Still can't forgive her! She's guilty!
When Beatrice brandished her pipe of cane, gold butterflies zipped up and restored Rosa's broken flesh in an instant. From the depths of your sin, which cannot be repaid by a single human life, and remember your own great sin. Come, try and remember! Remember the scale of your sin!
Hello? Is it Mama? When will you get home?
I'm sorry. I'm busy with work today, so I'm staying over.
Staying over for work again? It looks like work is tough for you again today, Mama.
Yeah, sorry. I really am busy. I'll be holed up in the company the whole time. I can't even get a breath of outside air. Mama just can't finish her job quickly this time. Unless I give them a better design, I won't be given another job. That's how tough this work is. So it'll just take some time.
Yeah, I understand. I'll be a good girl and watch over the house, so do your best at work. Finish it quickly and come back, okay?
Thank you for understanding about Mama's work. I promise I'll buy you a delicious cake tomorrow and take it home.
I don't need cake. Instead of taking time to go get the cake store, I'll be happier if you came home that much sooner.
Don't worry, I'll come back quickly, I promise. So let's have some delicious cake together. Let's drink delicious tea together. Let's read a new picture book together. Let's play with the wolves and sheep puzzle I bought the other day. Both of us together. I promise.
Yeah, promise. I'll be waiting. Do your best at work, Mama.
Oh, it's a lonely story, but isn't this mother-daughter love wonderful, with both looking out for the other? Do you see any problem with that, Maria? Rosa? I kept that promise, didn't I? The next evening, didn't I do as I promised, buying a cake and returning earlier than usual?
That's not it. I knew that evening a pay on delivery package came from Mama, but there wasn't enough money in the wallet, so I called Mama's company to ask what to do. I was told only to call at special times. But I thought it would be better if the package was something important for Mama's work, so I called. Then, I was told that Mama had the day off. I was told that it had been decided long ago that Mama would have the day off and that she'd gone far away to play. I knew. The whole time, I knew Mama was lying. But you know what? Sakutaro scolded me, saying that it wasn't true. Every day Mama was very busy at work. There was no way she had abandoned Maria and play. He said that the person who told us Mama had the day off must have been some kind of mistake. That's what Sakutaro said. So I believed it. I believed it. I love Mama. Love her. Of course Mama says that she loves me. Loves me.
Yes, me too. I love you, Maria. I wonder what happens next will say a lot about Rosa. I wonder if Rosa would value a chance at life, like begging for her life by saying the truth of what she was doing, or if she would value either keeping up her ego / facade of being a pure woman, or keeping Maria's innocence of not telling her that she has to sleep with men, and value one of those two things, or both at the same time, over bargaining for her life. I'm interested. Rosa let out a deep sigh. Maybe she felt the weight of her words. Then she set the receiver on the bedside phone down. The dark room made the starry sky on the ground below the window stand out even more beautifully. On the table in front of the terrace was a very cold wine cooler, and the one she stared a glass with was gazing at the scene below. You didn't tell your daughter you were on vacation. I told her once, but she was so noisy that I decided not to tell her anymore. It's less work that way. If you were worried about your daughter, you didn't have to force yourself to put this in your schedule, right? But that way, we'd never get our schedules to match. Didn't I say not to worry about that? The slender middle-aged man clad in a white robe gave a small sigh. Rosa reacted instantly to that slight action. Come on, let's not talk about my daughter. It'll be a waste of this precious wine. I find you fascinating as both a woman and a human being. But for that very reason, I feel bad about taking so much of your time that it strains your relationship with your daughter. Don't I always tell you not to worry about my relationship with my daughter? I try not to talk about her when I'm alone with you, okay? I wouldn't even have fun from here if it wasn't for that noisy drunk laughing stupidly in the lobby downstairs. Rosa-san, can you reconsider taking summer vacations like this in the future for your daughter's sake? Isn't it enough if we only meet when our schedules match? Our schedules will never match up that way, right? And I always want to be with you. That's a child's way of loving. Loving between adults should be a little more stoic. Not being able to be with you for long periods of time makes me lonely too. However, I think we can enjoy more than enough adult loving during that limited time. So you're telling me to go be with my daughter more? Be a mother, not a woman. That's what you want too, right? You must also want to spend lots of time with your daughter. I won't run away. I'm trying to say that I think it's sad for you to sacrifice your daughter so you can prioritize your time with me. Did you get back on good terms with your wife? Looks like you had about enough of being separated from her. I don't want to talk about my wife. Just like you don't want to talk about your daughter. I'm sure you think single women like with children are a pain. I never said anything of the sort before. Whenever someone finds out I have a child, they desert me. Even if I tell them not to worry about paying that child's living expenses, they all desert me. I thought you understood about my daughter, but I guess you don't like single women with children after all. That's not what I'm saying. I haven't started to dislike you, Rosa-san. I'm just trying to tell you to take better care of your daughter, something I know you wish for yourself. And I don't want you to hurt yourself or by lying to her. That's all I'm saying. Liar! I've just become a burden to you, right? That's not what I'm saying. No, I know, I understand. After being abandoned so many times because of that child, I know. I can tell by your mood, yes, you really like those other men. You don't want a woman with a child. You don't want a divorce because it's a pain. You don't want to become the parent of a child made with another man, right? Yes, that's right. I totally get it. I once went out with a man with children, so I really get how you feel. That's why I believe that being able to be together with you, a person who understood about my daughter. What was it doing? If only you didn't exist, I would have been able to grasp my happiness as a woman long ago. Because you exist, you were always in the way of my happiness. Mama. Even I didn't want you to be born. No, that's not it. I thought I might be able to build a happy family together with you. But that man disappeared right before your birth. He said he'd build a warm family with me, tricked me, and disappeared from my sight for all eternity. Only you were left. No love or memories or anything remained. Where did that man go? He probably just turned my days with him into a warm memory and met with a new love. And this time, he might have been able to create a happy family. And as for me, I have you. I can't even look for a new lover. Men can go between women as they like and brag about it. But for a woman, for me, I have you. I have you as a stone weight. And because of you, I can't search for romance. I can't love and I can only live alone. No, I wasn't even allowed that. I wasn't even allowed that night to drink myself drunk all alone. Who are you? Who? You wasted my life and won't even let me have a new life. Just who are you to my life? Die! Disappear! I've hated you since the time you were born! I hated you since the time you were in my womb! I've been doing my best to act like a good mother so that I be accepted by the outside world. Yes, I've done my best. As I watched other women of my genders praise being single, sometimes play with passion, or even being joined with someone in love, I was stuck being both a mother and a woman. Who ever showed appreciation for my efforts? No one admired me. No one praised me. I got what I deserved. Second-hand goods. Divorces should die. Divorcees should die. You don't want anyone who's not a virgin. I'm the one who doesn't want anything to do with you. You damn inexperienced virgin brats. I was so desperate. I probably looked like an easy woman to you. Yes, I was desperate. You probably couldn't imagine how desperate a woman like me, who's still at the age where she wants to know love was, when I realized that my time was being filled with work and caring for my child, so that I'd probably grow old and end my life still like this. Of course I hate your real father too. But we both share the blame for bringing about that catastrophe. I myself might have been persistent enough to make him run away. But the catastrophe after that were all your fault. When did I ever scold you for that? Never, right? The day after one man left me, when I wanted to drink myself dead drunk, was Parents' Day at your school. When I tried to hide my tear-stained eyes with heavy makeup. The way I felt when you said something of the mark and the whole class laughed at me. Something that not only you, but probably everyone in the world couldn't understand. I hate you. I love you. And until now, I never really loved you even once. Maria's face was still stiff. If the words really had been blades, Maria's whole body would probably be stained red with fresh blood by now. Even after gaining the power of a witch and resolving herself to take revenge for Sakutaro, she couldn't stand these curses coming out of her mother's mouth. Ugly. How ugly is a woman drowning in lust. Now you see this woman's true nature. Even I, as a witch who has explored the depths of evil, find this most difficult to watch. Maria, now is the time to part from her. Smash the ugly lump of meat that calls herself your mother. It would be pointless for your pure soul to be bound by the chains between mother and daughter any longer. With your own hand, release your own soul now! You have now gained the tooth and claw to protect yourself!
Now you taste the pain I had to go through! Now I'll take revenge for those days of suffering!
Aren't you the one who's been hurting me? I'm the one who wants revenge! I should have done that before you were born! If only you hadn't been born! Disappear! Rosa's howled in a way that could only be described by the word splat. Her upper body was crushed, and in an instant became something similar to a wrung, blood-stained towel.
Be crushed! I can't forgive you! I can't forgive you!
What filth! That form suits you! Even though Rosa's waist and below was standing normally, just the upper half of her body had been pinched, and that extreme contrast was bizarre. Then she fell over, but the instant she fell, her body was restored.
You! Die!
Come, Maria. Is this the limit of your anger and sadness? Now is the time for revenge. Time for the settlement of anger and sadness. Hit her. Spit it out. Push out all of the wedges driven in your chest and fling them back at her. Maria's howl was adored with the ugly sound of flesh and bone being crushed at the same time, as Rosa, who had foully insulted Maria, lay spread-eagled. A neat, perfect circle was cut of her chest and crushed, as though her chest had been trampled by an invisible elephant. Her heart and her lungs and her ribs were trampled so mercilessly that they were completely indistinguishable. It might have been symbolized the pain in Maria's heart up until today. So, Maria, are you satisfied now? Can you forgive your mother for her sin? Or not? Innocent? Or guilty?
I can't forgive her. Not yet. Not yet. Mama is guilty. Can't forgive her.
Indeed, how could this level of punishment compare to the bitter days you suffered through? I know it, Rosa. Come, try to remember what form that you have. Revive in order to be killed. Be killed over and over so that your sins can be purified. When Beata waved her cane, the body was restored again, and Rosa sat up, coughing violently in apparent pain. And once again, she spat out curses, rejecting Maria.
You aren't Mama. You're a witch tormenting me and Mama. I won't forgive you just because you look like Mama. I won't forgive you.
You're the witch, aren't you? Always reading creepy books and pretending to play with witches. You're the one who should disappear! Because of you, even I'm treated like a freak! Because of you! If only you hadn't been born! Don't be born! I've hated you since before you were born! Maria screamed. She was unable to bear her anger and sadness, or else had she been taken over by an indescribable emotion. It was surely a cry of hopelessness, and yet it was a reality that had to be accepted. Maria knew. She knew that she was thought of as a burden. But even though she herself had known that, she didn't believe it. She believed that her mother loved her and had done her best to positively interpret several events that could have made her doubt this, trusting and clinging to her mother's love. But she had no one except Mama. Even so, she really did like Mama and wanted to return to the days when she believed that Mama loved her. So I howled.
I'll erase all of it. I won't accept it. I'll deny it. I'll deny the mother who says these things, the black witch who makes her say them, and a part of myself that can't forgive my mother. But I can't deny it. This is reality, fact, the truth, the answer. Without any mistake, this is absolute reality.
Maria turned Rosa into a lump of meat over and over in the dark world that reflected her heart, rang the ugly sound of her flesh and bone clinging torn apart, which would make anyone want to recover their ears. Each time Beatriz revived Rosa, she dragged her back into the world of endless torture, which could not be escaped from even by death. This was the true, deepest hell that the endless witch Beatriz could create. However, this world was not made endless by Beatriz's will, because every time Rosa turned into a lump of meat, she asked the same question to Maria. Are you satisfied, Maria? Can your anger forgive your mother yet?
How can I forgive her? How can I forgive her? I won't forgive her. I'll teach you all of my pain. I'll teach you much more. It's still not enough, not close to enough. Since before I was born, I can't get rid of the anger and sadness of being neglected so long. I
Revive over and over again. Return to a meat lump over and over again. In various ways she crushed, smashed, beat, and tore to bits. Flying blood splattered and flesh turned the once pitch black world into a world mixed red and black. Maria's anger still hadn't calmed down. It was as though she was spitting out all the suppressed rage from the time of her birth until today. If that all became poison to her heart, then would the repeated murder of her mother purify her soul? Would even this wasteful murder save her soul at least a little bit? This endless torture might have become a slight diversion from her sad, unrewarded life. After all, it seemed that she'd finally been able to regain her smile.
Learn it. You, the source of my happiness. Learn it. Learn that what you're feeling is nothing compared to my pain. What's wrong? Why do you stop laughing? Try and laugh.
Her skull collapsed, eyeballs flew out, and black cranial fluid gushed. Fragments of teeth scattered.
Come on, revive! Try and laugh! Come on, come on!
Her whole chest along with her ribs crushed inside out, exposing her filthy innards. All of them writhed like some kind of impure creature.
Come on, come on, come on! Revive! Can you still laugh? Can you still laugh?
Rosa couldn't laugh anymore, but her face was laughing. It was filled with a twisted laugh and covered with a malice that rejected her unwanted daughter. I erased that laughing voice. Next, I'll erase that laughing face. I'll erase it. I'll crush it.
I'll tear it to bits. Laugh! Try and laugh, Mama! What's wrong, Mama? Let's wake up! Read a picture book and go take a walk! Let's say we love each other, make a promise for next Sunday, let's go shopping, let's go to the movies, and of course, you'll break that promise! This is fun, Mama! I'm playing with Mama now!
That's right. You are now playing with your mother, having fun with her. Tell me how you feel right now. I don't believe it's anger or sadness or pain.
Yeah, that's right. I get it, Beatrice. I'm having a lot of fun now. I'm playing with Mama, so it's not so fun. And even though I'm killing Mama over and over again, she can be revived with just a single bit of magic. I take care of my toys because I couldn't fix them if they broke. But if the toy could be fixed, I want to break it over and over again. But Sakutaro won't be fixed. He can't be fixed. Because Mama, who made him, Mama, who gave birth to him, won't acknowledge him. I wasn't acknowledged by Mama either, was I? So the broken Maria won't be fixed either. It's fun, Mama! Since it's gotten so fun, I'm somehow starting to feel that I could forgive you. Hey, Bato, this is a very strange feeling. Why? Why am I starting to feel like I can't forgive Mama?
That enlightened state is only reached by witches who have gained the power to control life and death at will. You can't kill at any time. You can revive her if needed. If that's pain, then it's alright to kill her again. Once you've learned that you can't do that at any time by simply snapping your fingers, all nonsense spoken in the world of humans becomes a chirping of insects that aren't worth listening to. You didn't begin to think about forgiving your mother because your eyes were open to your mother's love. It was because now you stand at the entrance of the world of true witches. Welcome, Maria, to the profound and sweet world of witches.
I've done it. Maria is no longer Maria. I may still be an apprentice, but I surpassed the human world. I am now the apprentice witch of origins. Maria! There's nothing to frustrate me, nothing to make me sad. Mama, I'll forgive you. I'm sure I can forgive you. I think I'll be able to forgive you after doing just a bit more. After all, I'm a witch.
Maria will probably forgive her mother eventually, and after brutally murdering her countless times, graciously. Okay. I do have my own interpretation. There's nothing to think about. I'm not thinking about anything right now. It was just a lot. I just need a moment. But I instantly got my own interpretation of how to read that scene. And I will say it. There's nothing to think about. But, yeah. Oh. That was the hardest one by far, that's for sure. Let me turn on my fan. That was very hard. That's the closest the game has come to actual horror for me. There were times where I really just wanted to stop. I did not want to keep going, and I just wanted it to end already. Okay, that's enough. So, y'all ready for the biggest copium of all time? I wonder what y'all thought, what I would come out of this before it happened. I wonder if y'all thought I would come out owned because I would not like Rosa anymore, or if y'all thought I would inhale the copium. But whoever guessed I would hold on to the copium was correct, because yeah, I have my own reading of that. And it's, to me, okay, it's weird. It's going to be very embarrassing to say this, because I do feel like I'm going to be on the far opposite of what most people think. Always right. Yeah, I feel like you know that one image of the pool scene? Not pool scene. There's like this meme of a photo of a guy in a pool, and everyone else is laughing at the guy, but they're all standing in pee, and he's the one not standing in the pee pool. That's me, but reversed. I'm the one standing in the pee pool, and I would gladly be there. I feel like that. That's how I feel right now. Just like I'm in the pee pool being laughed at. That's how I feel when I'm about to say this, because it feels, in a way, it feels like I'm just reading it wrong. Like I'm purposefully getting it wrong because of bias and how I feel about characters, and no one else will ever agree with me except for 1% of people who are like me. But the way I stood up from the dinner table to type this. Well, before I say that, has Gabby reached this scene? You said that she was also a Rosa fan. This one's like the real test for sure if you're a Rosa fan or not. If you are not a Rosa fan, this is just going to make you hate her more. If you are a Rosa fan, there are 3 paths you can go by after the scene. You can either make copium for her and continue being a fan. You could realize, oh, never mind. Stop being a fan. Or third, no copium, but you're still a fan because you like characters like that. I don't think you're wrong for liking Rosa. I still think she's an awesome character. There's no copium. You can like clearly characters that do that thing. We'll see how, because like the way I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna do it, and I'm not. Everyone sees. Everyone sees. I don't want to talk. Okay, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk now. Enough. Anyone who was typing anything, stop typing. It's just hard when it comes to scenes like these that have a lot going on because I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with my catalyst for why I think like this. Sakutaro. I think Sakutaro is the personification of Maria's innocence. I don't know where to start. There's so much I need to talk about. I'm trying to think where to start. Yeah, no, I think I should start with Rosa. I should start off with the actual copium. Okay, so no, I don't think that's a good place to start. Let's start with Sakutaro. Yeah, okay. I think Sakutaro is the personification of Maria's innocence. That is why it's always been Sakutaro who told Maria the copium of Rosa not lying and being... Wait. Of telling Maria that Rosa was not lying, that Rosa really was busy with work and all that. You know. Every time she called on the phone and Maria doubted something, it was always Sakutaro saying, "No, there's a perfectly reasonable, logical explanation for this that does not involve your mother hating you." So, yes, I have a good structure here. So Maria always thought that her mom hates her. She's always thought this. She's always thought that she was a burden. She knows that Rosa Maria's a kid. So obviously she's going to think bad things. So the whole time she's always felt like this. She's always felt that she was hated. She always felt that she was not loved, that she was a burden and all that. And Sakutaro took up the personification of the copium side of Maria of, no, that's not true. So, what I'm trying to say is that Maria always knew the truth. Maria always, there was never a point in time where Maria did not know the truth. She always knew the truth, but because of Sakutaro, the living symbol of her mother's love, because because Rosa made it for Maria, was, a personification of everything being okay. So, when Rosa destroyed Sakutaro, that was Maria's world being completely crumbled. She no longer had a thing in her mind holding her back from her bad thoughts, from her depression, from the truth. And literally seeing her mom destroy the symbol of her mom's love. Duh, right? That was what made... She no longer had anyone to stop her from thinking the bad things. So she accepted the truth that she was not loved, that she is hated, that she is a burden. All this to say, everything we just saw was completely in Maria's mind. All of that was completely in Maria's mind. It is the bad thoughts of a child when you get into a fight with your parent. Okay, I'm not gonna say we. Some kids, whenever you get in a fight with your parent, you say some really terrible things, and you even could wish death upon them. I wish I never met you. I wish I wasn't born, right? All that. This whole scene was just an amplification of thoughts like those, of what Maria thought whenever she saw the symbol of her mother's love be destroyed. And also that's why the scene started with Sakutaro trying to save Rosa. It was like the last little bits of hope that Maria had for her mom, and that also got destroyed by Rosa. So I think that was very clever. Ryokishi can write. So yeah, I think everything we saw in this scene was just in Maria's mind. Especially with how, like, come on, it's the way that Rosa was being so terribly evil. No, she would not say those things. She was laughing while dying. When every other time we've seen Rosa die, she's always been, you know, like a normal person, dying like a normal person, not dying while cackling. This is just the image that a child would have of their parents when they think they are no longer loved. I don't think Rosa sees Maria as a burden. I don't think Rosa thinks that she never should have had Rosa. Oh my gosh, why do I keep doing that? I don't think Rosa thinks that she should have never had Maria. Do I think everything that Rosa said in this scene is completely without foundation? No. I think that, again, not to be broad, but I think there's a great selection of parents out there who have had terrible thoughts of being down, of wanting to just be free for one day from their child. Just like, if I didn't have my kid, I could have been a much happier person. But they still love their kids. It's such a hard thing to talk about, because you hear something like that and you just think, wow, that person should not be a parent, they're terrible. But that's just not very human to say from an outside standpoint. We all have terrible thoughts. We all wish in a way that things could have gone differently. But that doesn't mean that we really want that to happen, like we hate where we are now. If parents think that if I could have gone a few more years without having a child, I would have had a quote unquote happier life, I don't see that as a bad thing to say. I don't see that as them being evil. I think that's just a very human thing to do. And we shouldn't look down upon people that think that way. Like, as long as they're not actually, like, actively saying, oh man, I hate my child, I wish I never had. Like, no, it's just these thoughts we have on our dark points, or just the actual meaning of intrusive thoughts, right? We've seen that meme of the rage comic guy throwing their baby, and then the panel at the bottom is like, wow, what a terrible thought. I hate that I would think something like that, but I can't control what my brain says, and I don't really think that. I don't really want to do that, right? It's something like that along the lines. And it's all very hard to talk about. So that's how I see it. I don't think Rosa did not say that to Maria. Rosa would ever say that, ever. Those were just what Maria imagines her mother to say now that the symbol of her mother's love has been crushed. Now that Maria sees her mother as a complete monster, that is what she imagines Rosa would say to her. But Rosa did not say that. She would never say that. Do I think that Rosa would never think that ever in her life? No. I think Rosa has thought that many times in her life, especially her. I think everything she said here was found in some truth. It is a total shame she had Maria at such a young age and then her husband leaves her. And now, she's stuck in a very awful place in life. So yes, I think she would think that, but I don't think she would ever say it. And I honestly... Okay, before I get to that. Okay, so that's the Maria and Sakutaro part done. Small Beatrice part. I think Beatrice being there is also very important. I think this is very clearly Beatrice's influence on Maria. We know that Beatrice does not see love as a real thing. She sees love as a fake thing that's used to manipulate, to hurt, right? Because of everything she's been through. So that's why I also think there was such a strong emphasis put on Rosa's sexual life and her lust, and how she mentioned what filth being covered in lust, and how she sees her love as being a terrible thing. That is all Beatrice's influence on Maria again. It's just every bad part of Rosa being amplified a millionfold into Maria's eyes, especially through the influence of Beatrice. Now, moving on to Rosa. I even think that the phone call we saw was also partly a fabrication. I think that because, again, Maria was there when she heard the police officer say that. When she heard the police officer talk with the secretary and hear, oh yeah, our boss went on vacation with her boyfriend. If you're a kid and you hear that, what are you going to think? You're going to think the absolute most worst thing ever. You're going to think that your mother is just going after men to have flings and to just enjoy herself and trying to find a new husband and being scandalous and vulgar. That is Maria's a child's interpretation of what she heard on the phone with the police officer. It's really hard to talk about it. So yeah, I also think that the phone call was partly a provocation. But again, to move on to the truth, I think that Rosa, she goes on vacations with these men. She chooses rich men for money. I don't think she actually goes after these men for love, to find someone to have fun. I think the main reason she does this is for the money, so she can help. She's a single mother, so she can keep supporting her company and her child. I think her intentions at their core are good, but again, we gotta think about the human aspect of this. She is still a single mother who was separated at a very young age. So do I think that when she goes after these men just for money, that she never has these thoughts of, oh, what if this could be the man I stay with the rest of my life? What if I like this guy, even though I just sleep with him for money. I started actually liking this man. What if I could stay with him? Do I think that she never has those thoughts? No, I do think she would have those thoughts. I go so far as to think that Rosa herself is on the spectrum. She is a very damaged person. So do I think that she wouldn't just because of her mentality just sometimes fall for her own fantasies of actually quote unquote falling in love, even though it's all false, right? So yes, I do think that she would also have thoughts like those, but I don't think the main core of why she does this is just to have fun and to sleep with men for fun and a fine thing. I think I'll say, is that okay, or you're getting this shit on? I yeah, it's just how I read it, but yeah. Um, I thought I heard it, but yeah, it's definitely my own interpretation. But yeah, that's how I see it. It is never said, I see. Um, you just warmed it. It's because of, again, when I do these things, I merge other stories I've heard, right? Of mystery stories and such. So that's where I got that from. And it makes sense to me. And yeah, this whole thing was cope. What can I say? This whole thing was cope. But I think I was done, honestly. I think that was where my talk ended. So yes, that is my truth. I'm not defending her. She still beats the kid and she still leaves her alone. Right? No, I'm not defending her. I will not defend Kinso either. I just see, I don't see where Kinso's coming from yet, but I think I will. But yes, I see where Rosa is coming from. I see them as humans, that is all. I see them as humans that have their own thoughts and their own things and desires and all that. I see. Well, yeah, I think I'm done. I think that was what I got from that. I don't see them as monsters, is all. And I was a kid too. I would imagine all these things of my parents as well. And that's why it's very easy for me to think that this was all in Maria's mind. She also fabricated the phone call and all that. But I do think there's truth to it, like I was saying. Like the whole money thing, it's basically irrelevant. I was just making it the core of it. But I was still saying that I think that Rosa would fall for these thoughts, right, of being with men. So yes, and I actually did have one more thing to say, the last thing. And honestly, I don't think I can continue streaming. I think I am way too bummed. My last thought was, at the end of the day, I do think that Rosa loves Maria. Because she made Sakutaro, even if she ended up destroying it because of her stupidity. She still took time out of her busy days to sew an entire stuffed animal and design it. That is not something easy to do. Even if she's a clothing designer, that's not something you just do in 30 minutes. Buying stuff that you can brush away as just, she's using her money to shut her child up. But creating something, because of that, I will never accept that Rosa does not love Maria. And I think that's it. And I think I am ending stream because I'm trying my absolute hardest not to cry. Indeed. Thank you, Revita Mate. Yep, I am ending stream. I am not okay. Farewell to all, and I shall see you all next time.